Yeah, big 40. I got the key to the city. Let's go. Yeah, I got the key to the city. When I pull up, it get litty.
So what we have here is a higher time frame swing trade. We see a potential into a weekly retracement continuation buy. So the first criteria that we need to look at is, do we have an area of liquidation, because we can see the volume behind this particular trade that it wants to push a little bit higher. So we want to scale in and look for those continuation trades. But before you could do that, we need to make sure that the narrative is in the right sentiment in terms of where we would like to place our positions, right? So what we can identify here is that we have a high time frame sweep right here. We have a monthly sweep actually. We have sell stops that were taken, paired for buy stops. So we have people that bought these sell stops to come and take liquidity that is resting on this particular range right here. So if you take a look at what is happening right now, is have a high that is currently sitting up there. We have a fair valuation that is sitting right here, so we're looking to fill in into that fair valuation. But before you could displace a little bit further, we have seen that price has taken a few points of liquidity, has taken structure on the left side of the chart. So we expect price to give us some sort of retracement. Looking at the fact that this candle right here has been displaced up, so this leaves an inefficiency in price. We need to see price rebalance that one-sided delivery and then give us a buy to the upside. So the level that we're looking to buy into is a higher time frame fair value gap high right here, where we're expecting price to give us a push momentum into these fair valuation gaps. Maybe we could see some shorts as price rebalance this particular inefficiency up here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to drop down to the 1 day time frame to refine this a little bit further, right? So as we get into the high time frame here on the 1 day time frame, we can see that this inefficiency is still intact. So the 50% right there, which is consequence encroachment, we would like to see price get more into the quadrant, right? We needed to get a little bit lower into this inefficiency because it's a little bit big, so our risk to reward ratios wouldn't even make more sense. So what we need to see at this point is to get to the 1 hour time frame when price reaches this zone here and actually try to get confirmation that we want to get to the high side. So basically this is our key level, right? Let me highlight it with the red and increase the text. This is the key level. This is where we're expecting a bullish pressure to be introduced, but we're not going to trade immediately when price gets there. We're going to have to wait for higher lower time frame confirmation. Maybe on the 1 hour it's closer to the higher time frame on the 1 hour to confirm delivery, and then that's when we can actually take this particular trade with multi confirmations and also other things that plays a role into price. Price has finally delivered into 1 week fair value gap high, so we're expecting price to give us at least of a push back into these highs and finally just rebalance the sell side imbalance it left when it was running actually down. So we've seen that on the daily time frame we have this inefficiency that was left. This displacement left a very big inefficiency, so we have traded below equilibrium. Right now we're dipping into the second quadrant of this particular 50%. We're expecting price to give us a push to the upside. So let's go to the 1H and see what price can offer us in this particular delivery. So what feedback do we like to see? What kind of confirmations do we like to see, right? The first thing you need to see is you need to see price post liquidity, you need to see price take liquidity, you need to see price shift and structure, and then your continuations on your fair value gap order block. We'll see what price has offered us in order in terms of what we want to execute on, right? So what we can see here is see price created a high right here, and then as a liquidity it dropped lower. As it drops lower, it tests the high of this weekly gap, right? The inefficiency that we use as a key level, it has tested the high and dipped a little bit lower, right? It has posted liquidity right here. So this is a nice thing to look at. And then it has also posted a new high. So the lower part of this range has been taken. So what do we want to see? We want to see price give us a push to the upside. As it pushes to the upside, we like to see leave some sort of clues that it's actually going to push high. So when it dipped below. It was right here. It tested, created a liquidity, went up, took liquidity, came back to take liquidity. So what do we have here? We have an inefficiency, right? So if price wants to continue going lower, we expect it to respect this particular gap and continue going down. But first confirmation for us to use this as an inverse gap, we need to see price take structure, right? We need to see a primary break, PR break, and structure. Yep, as we seen, so price managed to take the high, come back into the BPR, and price has managed to actually give us a nice volume back into these highs. We expect continuation all the way to the highs of 1.10, 183, and eventually just stretching into this key level, which is a weekly fair value gap high, right? It's a weekly fair value gap high to be balanced, and then we could start seeing a retracement or even a reversal completely if it decides to do that. So price has managed to take out this high and fill in the inefficiency. Maybe we could see a retracement lower after this, but the objective has been taken, and this is how you look for a swing trade using high time frame narrative, lower time frame, directional, and influence from the high time frame to actually execute a very precise entry.
Sometimes I can't even sleep, thinking about back in the streets. Homies locked up in the pen, no release. Government corruption increase. President pumps getting greased. In the jungle with the beast. Way we living ain't no walk on the beach. Yeah, but I guess we should learn to adapt to this. We don't adapt, but we master it. Got one more verse where the pastor is. Flow doesn't dry up like cactuses. These niggas acting like actresses while we pull up and do this shit effortless. We take this where the intergalactic is. I got the key to the city. When I pull up, it get litty. It got too crowded for me in the hood, but I can't turn my back on the villy. Couple of niggas I pity. Couple of hoes say I'm pretty. We get a check and we split it equal, cause they ain't no reason to get greedy. 100K stuffed in my pants. I throw a little, I'm making a dance. Want me to meet her demands. She give me top and I pay her advance. Told them when I get a chance, I'm finna grab it with both of my hands. These niggas ain't got a plan, that's why I can never fuck with these mans.